really appreciate that it is through the taxation that Kenya can move, this country can move on. I also heard His Excellency the President-elect saying, we want to be a country that will loan. We don't want to be the country that will be borrowing. And that is emphasizing so much on local investors that we must save more to be able to boost our economy, so that it is longing for a time when this country will borrow from their own local investors than going outside the country. And that is the bottom line of where we are going.
Now, Dr. Rotich, before we discuss where the money is and where the funds are, what you are seeing on your screens are live pictures from the Kasarani Stadium. There, contingent of, a mix of the security apparatus of the land there. We have GSU, we also have National Police just taking part in that particular jog, or rather exercise, to prepare for what they are going to be doing during the first 4-5 hours of today there, being the venue where we are going to have President-elect Dr. William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua take oath of office. Actually, 2 oaths for the president there, an oath of allegiance of the presidency, and this is to the constitution, as well as oath of due execution of the incoming president. We expect them, and as far as the deputy president-elect is concerned, is expected at exactly 11:35. That is 5 minutes before we see the president-elect arriving to the venue. This is just some warm-up to just, maybe entertain as well as kick off the chill. We understand is that the stadium was open to the public from early as 2 a.m. and as it stands, it's full to capacity, with an extra sitting and a broadcaster section around the stadium being made available for at least 20,000 Kenyans who have thronged the stadium to come witness this moment in history. As I've said, he's a young man who has taken the seat, so to speak, at his first attempt. That is Dr. William Ruto, the president-elect, and he's going to be sworn in. A ceremony that is by law expected to take place between 10 and 2 p.m. and in a public place, and that is Kasarani. People gymming, trying to do away with the chill, as well as to, keep fit ahead of the 4-hour. Maybe a majority of them are going to be entertaining us with their military stance, as well as the match that we're expecting to see. So just to ensure that they do not have any stiff muscles. Now, bringing back this conversation back to the studio, Dr. Rutich, I hear you are saying to Kenyans that we need to temper our expectations there. And a majority of Kenyans who have thronged Kasarani Stadium, and those who are even watching us from home, are expectant. Especially, we want the price of unga to come down. We want the price of fertilizer to come down. But I'm hearing you, Dr. saying that we need to give this government time. So as I also bring in my colleague there, we are waiting to see what the president is going to prioritize in the next 100 days. Is it feasible, actually? Is it feasible to have the prices of unga down in the next 3 months?
I think let me come back a bit about the prices of goods coming down. Looking by look at the prices of fuel in this country. And we have had some, it has not been very easy that the fuel suppliers actually, the prices have been soaring up all this time. And what we have been actually looking, people have been asking themselves, why is it that these prices are not coming down? Now they are selling petrol at 159, and we are now expecting maybe tomorrow, maybe the prices to go up. Yeah. And you realize that the problem that we have been facing is not necessarily to do with the suppliers. It is about the government failing to pay the subsidies to these suppliers, because the government have to subsidize the prices to enable the people actually have the prices reduced. So in this case, how prepared is now the government to meet up the subsidies that will lead to the lowering of the prices to the level that we will appreciate? Because as much as we, I'm being real, madam. I'm not foreseeing, something that is not, there are no pack-ups. As it is now, as much as we are expecting most of these prices, because the center of our economy is actually based on the prices of fuel in this country. So in this case, if the prices goes up, the prices of other commodities, especially consumable commodities like foodstuffs, really goes up. So it is a very difficult thing that, but we are looking forward, because His Excellency, the President-elect, did say that he actually met with the stakeholders in agriculture, the stakeholders, those who are supplying the agricultural inputs like fertilizers, and we are actually looking forward that these prices actually may go down. But how much it will go down remains to be seen, Madam, because there are other things that must have a backup, because the fuel suppliers will not be willing to go to the field to sell their fuel if the government has not actually met the conditions that they're actually demanding. That is the bottom line.
Yes, and just we know that the fuel subsidy is not going to be in effect in the next, actually in this next cycle. And as you said, there's some things that need a backup. The issue of subsidy has been an issue that has been pitching government as well as OMOB, oscillating between oil marketers and government, so to speak. So the new administration, when it comes to the cost of fuel, they have their work cut out for them. As well as 1st of October, from 1st of October, we're going to have KRA implement a 6.3% increase in excise duty on some duties. So we need to temper our expectations and give this administration time to actually, do what they promised. So 100 days, well, we'll wait and see. Troy.
Yes, and let me go to the counties, because looking at Kasarani, and the delegations that we had are coming from the counties, a lot of people are more than expectant. And based on what we had President Kenyatta yesterday talk about, that 2.5 trillion in the last 10 years, because now we are headed towards the second regime after the 2010 constitution. You talk about 2.5 trillion Kenya shillings has been devolved to the devolved unit. And I know you're an expert when it comes to matters counties and how it has been able to change lives. Let's give it to him. Devolution has been seen to work so far.
Yes.
A lot of challenges, though.
Well, one thing we have to congratulate Uhuru is that he took the bold decision of making sure that he devolved government immediately he was sworn in 2013. Mm-hmm. There are many functions that are supposed to be done with
respond to that question. We want to take you to current residence, and this is the Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua's residence, where we're joined by our reporter Caroline Jenga. Good morning. Bring us up to speed with what is happening there, Caroline.
Well, thank you for joining us. My name is Caroline Jenga, and we are coming live to you from Deputy President-elect resident here in Karen, Rigathi Gachagua. And we are in his gym. He's been working out for the last couple of hours, or rather for the last couple of minutes, as he tries to gear up for the day ahead. And he is one who was risen to the limelight of recent since 2017. When he became the member of parliament for Mathira constituency, and now he is a second in command for this country, the deputy president-elect. And we'll be speaking to him how he feels about this day, what to expect, and also I know outside there the Thanksgiving ceremony that will be held once he's done with doing his workout for this morning. Deputy-elect, if you can just speak to us. This is KBC Channel 1, and we'd like to know how you're feeling this morning. Are you energetic? I can see you've been working out since we came in. Just tell us how you're feeling.
I am great. I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling good. I am finally free. My family is free from intimidation, being persecuted by state agencies, being followed everywhere. The fear of poisoning, the fear of being crushed on the road. You know, it's been not been easy for 4.5 years. The state agencies have traumatized me. They have persecuted me. They have followed me everywhere. They have tried to poison me. They have threatened my children. They have arrested me. Put me behind bars. They have made life literally impossible for me. So today, I join other Kenyans. Enjoying the new freedom. I'm very happy. Feeling on top of the world. That we are finally free. We are finally free. To do what we want. To associate with those whom we want. to belong to a political party of your choice, to choose your friends without having to account to anybody, without anybody asking you why